One thing we've seen more and more of over the last decade or so is the hybridization of genres. We've taken first-person shooters and we've tried to mix them with role-playing games, but no one has mixed them with better results than Gearbox with their Borderlands series. It's in at number 73.
Yes, and this is an amazing game that really was a slow burn for the both of us, and I can remember us not being as engaged or as sort of taken by it when we first reviewed the title.
We needed the veil to be lifted a little bit, and I think part of the problem is we tried to play it solo, and the only way to play Borderlands 1 and 2, which are both superb experiences, is with other people.
One more step and it'll be your last.
The game kind of also didn't benefit from the fact that it came shortly on the tail of Bethesda's incredible Fallout 3. That was a wonderful game, and I think it really shook the industry to its core. And so Borderlands comes out, and it deals with these desolate locations, this desert-like environment, and it just looked a little anemic. It didn't look like it had all of the depth and color and flavor and detail that we saw in Fallout 3. But that's not exactly true. The detail, it isn't exactly in the characterization or the environments or texture stuff that they had going on with this thing. It's in the weaponry, it's in the characters that you play and the leveling up that you could do, and then also the comedy of this game.
Whoa! I'm possessed.
The sense of humor from Gearbox, the guys who worked as writers on this game, all of them very, very funny people. And you're absolutely right about the fact that this is a slow burn, because there is something weird about this, that the longer you stare at the screen, the more of this game that you consume, the more beautiful the game gets. I mean, look at these visuals now. For some reason, more environments you unlock in the new worlds that you gain access to, which you do via vehicles and fast travel over the course of the game, the more beautiful environments you encounter. I mean, some of these vistas in this game are absolutely beautiful, and some of the enemies that you encounter in this game are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and it does merge RPG-type elements in this with the leveling up and everything, but really the perfect analogy is Diablo, because you're really just, you know, walking around inside of this environment and doing a lot of the same stuff.
Gathering loot.
You're gathering so much loot, and you're growing as you're building up on this stuff, and the access to the engagement with the world and the fights that you have with the enemies is very simple. It's nothing that you have to get too cerebral about, and I think that was the hook with Diablo as well. You just kind of get sucked into the mechanics of it all, and that's what happens when you play Borderlands. You cannot stop. And so we played this thing again, reviewed it, and and then we did the DLC, and it became like kind of a curse that it was so damn good.
And a bit of a job after a while. Yeah, we were playing a lot of Borderlands. In fact, here's a look back at some of our favorite Borderlands reviews.
It is addictive as hell, and you really see that when you jump into the DLC for the Zombie Island of Dr.
Well,
Ned.
I think that you need to really give credit to anything that's addictive like this. I don't think you can dismiss something and just say, well, it's just addictive. It's got something in it that makes it addictive. There's so many games that come and go that don't get their hooks into us.
Well, the mechanics are terrific. The gameplay rewards you consistently and constantly. You feel like a rock star as you are leveling up and gaining all these new weapons.
You also do get your ass kicked a lot, though.
You do.
And you know what I like about it is that it has personality, and that's kind of what's missing from the arid wastelands.
Sure.
There's no distinguishing geographical characteristics around the game world. It's all desert. It all looks kind of the same. You go into caves, you come out of caves, and then you go to this place, and it's sort of surrounded by water. You see little lights twinkling in the trees. You get a sense that people used to live there. All of a sudden, exciting stuff is happening.
Borderlands 2.
It is Borderlands 2 time, one of the most anticipated titles of 2012. Does it live up to the hype, Victor Lucas?
I think deservedly so. Yes, it does live up to the hype. It doesn't deviate too far away from Borderlands 1. I mean, it does feel very much like an extension. I mean, it's better than that because everything is tuned. All of the AI on the enemies is better. The shooting feels better. And it's just such a tongue-in-cheek, balls-out, hilarious, kick-ass game. It's just so fun. You know, they even have a badass meter in this thing. That identifies and typifies this game. It's badass.
There's one part early in the game when Claptrap notices that there are monsters coming from holes in the walls. He's like, look out, those monsters are coming from those wall sphincters. You know, even the vending machines in this game have personality.
A beautiful bastard this game is. We love Borderlands and the franchise.
Andy Pitchford.
Long may it continue. Number 73 on the top 100 games list of all time.